All right, hey, that was Scatman John's I'm the Scatman at half speed. You're welcome. That was excellent. I think it's so weird. It actually works.
Yeah, it really
works
does.
as this like chill synth jam.
Yeah, and
we
were checking it out before, and it's actually syncing up to the lava lamp.
Yeah,
in the
we were
station.
watching the lava lamp, and it is a sight to behold.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I was just thinking while that was going on, like, how different would it be if it was Scatman versus Superman?
The ultimate showdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man. A fight for the ages. What was the line from like the new Superman versus Batman? You're like, oh, the gladiatorial match of the century.
Oh yeah, I don't remember, man. I just remember like if man won't kill if man won't kill God, the devil will.
Yeah, and that was Lex Luthor, who's played by the dude from the Facebook movie, who is Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
goddamn Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. You put in the time. Spider-Man, Trent Reznor. So, yeah, but like, what is that about with Lex Luthor as this big corporate like entity bad guy or something? But now it is in the context of like Silicon Valley tech startup, like huge corporation like Facebook guy.
Well, the whole thing with that, Jesse Eisenberg was apparently Lex Luthor's son, whose name was also Lex.
Well, I mean that kind of
like,
I don't know, that checks out.
It checks out, but like, it's so cheaping out on casting actual villain Lex Luthor.
But then when you like expand that out to be like, oh well, yeah, he was named after his grandfather, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's nice. But then it's like, and he also happens to, and he inherited the company, so he's also like a multi-quadrillionaire, and it's like, okay, that also makes sense. There's like, and he also hates Superman because his granddad hated Superman. Just be like, why not just be bald Lex Luthor again?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, what's he bringing to it that's new, except for a giant turtle monster?
Apparently that he wants to bring Darkseid to Earth, which is...
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Is it Darkseid or Darkseid or...
It's Darkseid.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, totally do that. That's a great idea. Thank you.
What could possibly go wrong? Just like, you know, call up this intergalactic warlord conqueror guy. Just be like, hi, so we have a business proposition.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had to set up the Justice League movies somehow.
I mean, didn't Lex Luthor always, like, his whole thing was, like, that he was going to, like, play some weird chess game, like, to get people to do what he wants, but, like, eventually, like, become president? That was his, like, key goal, is that he just wanted political power, but not, like, to, like, straight space army conquer the world?
I mean, kind of, but, like, I mean, at one point in Justice, like, the Justice League TV show, like, do you remember that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. At one point in that, like, that's what everyone thought his endgame was, and he was just like, do you have any idea how much power I'd have to give up to be president?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Actually, the president would be a step down from, like, how he is.
Yeah, because he's just, like, this multi however many business owner and, like...
ludicrously rich.
He just controls pretty much everything already, so why would he step down and become president?
Yeah, definitely, like, and more corporate power than political president power in the United States anyway.
Yeah, so. If you're president, you can't lobby Congress and control it.
Yeah. Otherwise that would be some kind of political system.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's what I'm gonna say. So, like, another Superman villain, Brainiac, though.
Yeah.
Like, if like, that, where has Brainiac been in any of these movies or anything? Like, because he was
hasn't been.
And yeah. He was like an AI, like a robot or something, and he controlled machines and stuff. So theoretically, if you wanted to put that in like a modern setting with like information, like communication technologies and stuff, where like Brainiac starts getting into the internet and then screwing with society like that, then that's like a really significant sort of thing than like, you know, big rock-faced monster lizard that punches Superman into the ground.
Yeah.
That's like I think that's like a more interesting villain.
Yeah, they actually touched on that a little bit in the Supergirl TV show.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they had a version of Brainiac in there.
Cool. Was it like Proto-Brainiac?
No, it was Brainiac 8, because there have been like however many Brainiacs.
Yeah, Alpha Build Brainiac.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh no, this is the Brainiac that was in the body of a woman.
This is Brainioid.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid show though. It's really good. Like, it brings in a bunch of extra Justice League stuff. Like, they have Martian Manhunter as a primary character. They've got Red Tornado in an episode or two.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be really interested in like. That computer's warring up again. I just hit it. But if like Brainiac would be cool because it's like a robot or an AI or something, so you can have totally like non-gendered.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't matter. I mean, and we saw something like that, like in the Avengers: Age of Ultron. Ultron is an AI in like a robot body, but definitely like male coded, like male voice actor, like big bulky dude, like monster robot man.
Yeah,
but like
because his whole thing is like his personality is based off of Tony Stark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why he's like cracking wise all the time.
Yeah, that's what I loved about him.
And why he's the casual asshole.
Yeah, that's what I loved about him as a villain too, was that like he was just kind of like snarky and casual about everything. But like Brainiac though, if it's theoretically like a non at all gendered human anything, like and jump in like different bodies and stuff, like Brainiac could have different bodies like going around that could like just be any kind of person. And I think that would be as like a totally gender fluid villain.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. All right, so we're gonna throw back to some music. I think I found Vaughn writing in, and we're gonna talk about some of the things Vaughn's been saying real quick from last week. Sorry I didn't play the whole Mogwai Fear Satan one. I didn't pick up, like I should have just gone through the whole thing. Yeah, you're right. Let's see, talking about other thing. I'm going to look up this Hailstorm Mayhem that you threw out because, yeah, Nico Vega's Beast, that song, you know that one, Miles? It's like, stand tall for the beast of... In the Bioshock soundtrack. It's very cool. That was pounding us last week. We got that. So, the other two songs, the psychedelic ones, Streets of Calcutta and Tree Smoke, those were by the group Kikagaku Moyo, which... is pretty phonetic, like as it sounds, Kikagakumoyo. It's this Japanese psychedelic band that when I started like being the manager here and I like got access to the email and stuff, that was like a promotional thing we got in. I'm just like, this is a really interesting new thing. Japanese psychedelic, I never heard that before. So it's Kikagaku Moyo, and I think it's called The Forest of Lost Children is that album. Yeah, so... we're going to keep talking about some more of that real quick, but first, I think I was able to track down this Barry and the Bookbinders song, You Have 257 Messages. It was pretty tough because that's really not, like, listed anywhere, so I had to dig around, and I got this, like, funky website called Beat Zone that I think I can stream it, so let's see how well this works. Okay. Okay, all right, you going to play it? Are you going to play it?
Unless it sounds like the overflow from those Science Olympiad kids, I'm pretty sure it's not playing.
It keeps like restarting. It like just keeps reloading the page when I try to hit play. So, all right, I think that's downloading viruses to my computer. All right, sorry, we'll try to keep looking for that one. But in the meantime, This Is Not a Love Song by Public Image Limited. All right, come on.
This is not a love song. 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 This is not a love song.
By Haircut 100. Before that, what did we hear? What were we listening to? This Is Not a Love Song by Public Image Limited, which was pretty much the extent of all of the lyrics of that song.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, we're listening to Vaughn's music right now that he sent in, and probably not going to be able to find this 257 Messages by Barry and the Bookbinders, but I will like keep trying for that. But it seems to be really obscure. So, anyway, I'm also trying to remember like what I played in terms of Blockhead yesterday or last week. I can't even remember. But anyway, so yeah, I'm probably gonna dig into some more Mac DeMarco a little later on, and the zine project I wanted to talk about real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That is still on track. I got it done. It's done. I made like 35 copies of it, color, and it was like 80 pages or something, which was like 20 sheets of paper.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty thick.
Yeah, it was mad thick. In fact, it was funny. I was in the library. I was printing all of these out, and I was trying to staple them, and it just wasn't working. They weren't going through all the way. So I had to hey, excuse me, do you guys have like an industrial stapler or something? And it was this press, right? Like there's this whole thing. And it did and it worked, but the thing was the staples for it were so big, like long staples, that they went through did that thing where they curve around and then came back out the other side. So some of the binding for the zine is a little bit spiky, but what are you gonna do? And definitely the ones I have right now, I'm trying to sell off, but I'm also going to do another run of them sometime to try to get some of those sent out to SCI Huntingdon and or Smithfield to you guys for contributing and all that stuff. And yeah, like depending on how this printing goes, like I hope they will be in color and I get to send them out to you. But I guess we'll see. There's tons of great stuff like in it that even without color, but there are like some things that it just gets really lost on. Like we got this one fantastic illustration thing of the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, and with these like blue and red clouds around it, and the colors on that just pop so hard. Like the colors are so vibrant and so cool on that I would feel amiss to turn it black and white. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what do you want to talk about, Miles? You were telling me yesterday about like all the things you wanted to talk to me about, but we're saving it for the air.
Yeah, and then I accidentally said like half of them last night.
Yeah.
No, okay, so you know how I was talking to you about that job last night?
Yes.
So for those of you who weren't there with us last night, which is literally everyone else.
Yeah, everybody in the world.
Yeah. I got a friend back in State College whose family owns a farm in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
And she said that her family and some of their neighbors are possibly looking to put up some bee boxes. And as we all know, J-Dox does love his bees.
Yes. I'm a beekeeper.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
So you have the possibility of a job. Maybe if they're down for that.
Keeping bees out in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Yeah, I want to put my name into them. I want to see where that goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like now is the time for job things, which means people need to actually get back to you about job stuff.
Yeah. So I got to get to them first. Yeah, I feel you.
No, and like I'm still waiting to hear back from this place out in California too.
Oh yeah? What kind of stuff?
It's this astronomy camp sort of deal. It's kind of like summer camp, but it's only like 3 to 5 days at a time, and it's just like science classes and astronomy classes for kids, and then in the daytime you go over to this national forest and like rock climb and stuff.
Cool. Space camp. You can like do the thing where do they have the thing where they hook you up into like a harness that has springs so you can like kind of do like moon jumping, like low gravity type stuff?
Probably not. This is more along the lines of like the science version of space camp rather than the astronaut version of space camp.
Oh, okay.
But like, I'm down for that. I'll teach kids space out in California.
Yeah, absolutely. Miles was getting pretty heated last night when we were watching Star Wars, the new Star Wars, because like the whole thing is like, nobody knows where Luke Skywalker is. He vanished, but we have a map on the galaxy, or like we have a piece of a map to Luke Skywalker's secret hideaway.
Yeah, and it just. I want to start off saying, like, I love Episode 7. I think Episode 7 is absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they did so much good stuff in there. Like, they understood how to explain away Starkiller Base. Like, oh, no, it generates a gigantic electromagnetic field, and that's what draws in the sun, all those charged particles, and contains it. Like, that's how a Tokamak nuclear generator works. But, like...
So they put the science in for the new Death Star.
Yeah, they put the science in for the new Death Star, but they didn't bother to put the science in for this map.
Yeah.
Which, like...
Because it's just a big, like, picture of a galaxy with one little bit cut out of it.
Yeah, it's just a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we didn't have the missing piece of this space jigsaw puzzle.
Or rather, they had the missing piece, but then they didn't have the rest of the puzzle. But for some reason, without the rest of the puzzle, like, you couldn't figure out what was on this one piece. And it's just like, well, yeah, you could if you looked around and see the stars around it.
Exactly, because it's like, oh, no, because you've got this location. Like, they had the end location in BB-8, and it's like, okay, so all you need is that, because you can just match up the stars there as reference stars on stuff you've got. Like, it's really not difficult. I've done literally that exact same thing in minutes on astrometry.net.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have like phones in Star Wars.
No,
So,
they do have phones.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got phones, they've got the internet, like they've got a bunch of stuff, they just don't use it.
Yeah, I always try to understand like where Star Wars exists like technology wise. Like old Star Trek, they had intergalactic travel, but they didn't have the internet. Like communications technology like advanced in real life faster than it was then.
Yeah.
So like Star Wars is like this weird space western stuff. Like I think it's funny, even if there is like internet and stuff, actual historical events are kind of like more mythologized, where if they're talking about like Luke Skywalker, we thought he was just a legend. Are you telling me he's a real historical figure?
Yeah.
And so
No, like the whole thing with the legend was just that like they didn't quite grasp that him as a Jedi was real, because like for all that time the Emperor was like, oh yeah, no, the Jedi were just total frauds, like they didn't actually do anything. They were just like pretending to have magic powers so that they could seize control.
yeah, no such thing as real Jedi. So it was sort of like the idea that like people would ask, okay, so theoretically Jesus was a real person and like a historical figure, and he did some stuff like way back in old-timey Jerusalem, but like did he actually have magic?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I get how the map works, like in the explanation that was in the novelization, because the explanation there is just like they were missing a bunch of locations of Jedi temples. Like that was the bit that BB-8 was supposed to have. It wasn't supposed to be this jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, okay. It was like a list of like what potential places that Luke could be hiding at? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And like records of previous Jedi temples. Like they didn't have the first one in the bit that they had in R2 and from the Imperial database. Like that was the bit in BB-8.
Yeah. Okay. Man.
And like that makes more sense. You could just do that. You could just have a couple more planets appearing. Like that.
Yeah. Like
That
it
would
didn't
be-
have to be such a struggle to get this to understand where Luke Skywalker's hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? How did we get here? Space camp.
Yeah, we were talking about space camp. Yeah.
We got deep into Star Wars lore. So, anyway, we're gonna hit back up on some more of Vaughn's music, and then we did get a letter in from Chris H. He sent in some music, and in regards to Chris H. and Blaze, I apologize for being totally out of the loop on this stuff. I know I totally bailed on Mailbox, and I was saying that I was gonna try to keep in touch with you guys. The semester's been crazy busy, but I'm getting your letters. Like I'm hearing from you guys, and I'm sorry. Like I know things are like really tough, especially on the inside, and you both were looking for pen pals, and I did get that ball rolling. I guess I took all of the contact information and stuff of like everybody that was asking about pen pals, like you guys and a bunch of others, and I sent that out like kind of broadly, like as an offer to a bunch of students here and people at the radio about like, hey, these guys are looking for pen pals and stuff, just like someone to communicate with, and like this would be a cool thing, like write some physical letters, which our generation doesn't do a heck of a lot of anymore. And I'm sorry if you guys haven't been hearing from anybody. I can like send it out again, but if these people aren't interested, like I'm sorry, but I'll push for it. Anyway, Blaze, what were you talking about? You got a hit for parole, and I guess is that a good thing that you're going, or like a hit like as a bad thing where like something went wrong with it? I'm not sure, but DJT did get your letter, gave that to her. Yeah, and then I'm just trying to empty out this semester, just trying to get it all done. Everything's been like so crazy, awful busy, and this has been like my most jam-packed semester work-wise that I've ever had in my life. But I am gonna like, at the end of the year, I was trying to like be sending out letters and stuff, and I want to like include some zines to send back out to you because Blaze, I got 4 of your poems in the thing, so you got a cool spread in there, and the zine turned out really well. I think it's cool. I appreciate all you guys at SCI sending stuff in, and all that. Let's see. Speaking of another thing, let's see. Chris H., you were talking about sending in Are you talking about Jermaine? Yes. And Jermaine Smith, I think that's his last name. I did get some stuff in, but I wasn't exactly sure what was what with it. You were saying a picture of a breast cancer survivor, and I got a picture in of this woman, like hand on her hip, and like wearing like Nike stuff, and somebody was also, I think somebody was saying that it was from like a Nike advertisement, or she's a breast cancer survivor. I'm like not really clear on it, but the message was also like, hey, this isn't like finished, so to say. So if you want to like finish this and put it in the zine, and I was just kind of like, all right, I will collaborate on this piece, and I did. I put some, I did some of the line stuff because it was in pencil, so I did some ink over the lines to make it show up better in copies, and then like I put some blue in there, and I like shaded some bits. So, yes, if I am recalling correctly, and it is a picture of a woman, like, hand on her hip, like, hip cocked, with, like, it, like, points to a wedding ring, and it says, like, sorry, she's taken, and she's, like, wearing a jumper and stuff, and it wasn't finished. If that is the thing that you were talking about, I definitely did put that in the zine. And if not, for some reason, it is not too late that I can like go around and like dig through this, and I can adjust some stuff in my next run of zines that I'm going to be sending to the prison, and I will try to find whatever that piece was. And Chris H., thank you for sending stuff in, and we are going to get to your music right after we finish up Vaughn's. So up next, we're going to listen to Joy Division, Transmission. And before that, what we heard was, I don't remember. Was that around here? Wait. I can't. I know, right? This is exactly what Please Cancel Me is all the time. Radio Transmission by Joy Division. Oh, God. So, and as such, I have radio transmission-wise, I'm bad at it. And that has been, like, my favorite running thing about Please Cancel Me, is that I've been doing this for so long and I still have no idea how to operate anything or like come back from a song and like just be normal. Anyway, what's up, Miles?
Yeah, no, we were just talking about time you were doing with a show you were doing with your dad, and how like you can't banter and small talk and stuff with your parents, which I think is really interesting, because like those are the first people that we really learn how to fake conversation with.
Yeah, is like your family and all that, because they're like, oh, what have you been up to at school? Like, how do you like, what are you like plans for like after graduation and stuff has been my biggest, like, I'm just going to say anything. Right. But I mean, not that I don't banter, like I don't communicate very well with my parents. Like when I like get home after like some school or something for a break or something, the first night back with my parents is always like really chill, because like we're having drinks and like I'm talking about a lot of stuff. And it's fun. And then, like, we settle back into, like, parents-child living in the thing where I'm just, like, up in my room, like, on my computer, and I just have no contact. So, but yeah, I had my dad on, like, last semester or something for some Please Cancel Me, and that was a lot of fun. He came on, and he, like, started, like, reading stuff out of the newspaper, and I'm like, this is cool. This is really postmodern. I like this. Let's just read the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I will say, like, I think it was 2 years ago now. I was going through like a bunch of stuff, and then we were both back at the same time for break, and I was just over at your house, and your mom. I'm honestly never gonna forget this. This was super meaningful. Your mom just said, "It's so nice to have you boys home," and that was just like, that's so meaningful to me, because like I don't really hear that often, and that's like, yeah.
Like, my parents are crazy, like, loving to the kids and, like, the kids' friends and everything, to the point where there's a pantheon of honorary siblings of ours, like you, and, like, anyone that any of us, like, of us kids is, like, dating or something, like, immediately gets, like, really sucked in, like, to the family and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, our friend Rachel, like, my parents are always like, oh, what's Rachel been up to? Like, we haven't seen her in a while. And Rachel also tells about like how like she still loves my parents and stuff for being chill. And actually, my parents did come with me when I was hanging out with Rachel at a drag show in a bowling alley over some kind of break. I don't remember. But yeah, went to go see Methany Fox perform, like our friend from that school. Yeah.
Cool.
So that was... Anyway, but my parents were there, and like Rachel was like chatting them up and stuff like she does, and it was like it was really nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, my family just absorbs people into it, and that's nice. It's so nice to have you boys home. Yeah. So, and my dad's been trying to come back on, like to get back sometime, some weekend, to do some more Please Cancel Me, and that's going to be like that's a limited time frame thing. Because I probably only have probably just two more shows of this.
Yeah, because if your graduation is at the same time as mine, you're graduating in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So this is important. Listen up, you listeners out there. Next weekend is Saturday is Pig Roast at Juniata, and that is the end of the year party at Juniata. It's hosted by the rugby team, and we all go out to Racetown Lake, and they cook up a bunch of like whole pigs. It's a roast. It's a pig roast, and all kinds of students like go out there with kegs and like have like groups and stuff, and it's just an all day like drinking rowdy pig eating party. And so what happened last year is that I was there like going hard doing stands, and then I came back because they run shuttles and buses because I'm safe, back to campus, and I made it in time to do my show, but I was like a colossal mess, and I don't remember how that show went, and God, I wish I would have recorded it on my computer.
I actually remember listening to that one.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Like hanging out with you most nights.
Okay.
So
well, then that's good.
So fun, but like a lot of awkward pauses.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh, where's the music? Oh, no. Yeah. So let that be an indicator to the listeners that I am 100% myself on here at all times. But yeah, so anyway, so that's going to happen again. But next week, Please Cancel Me is going to start at 4 o'clock p.m. So instead of starting at 2 and going to 4, it's going to go 4 to 6. So like, because I had to leave Pig Roast really early on like the first shuttle bus back, and people were like kind of miffed about it. They were just like, what do you mean you gotta like leave early? I'm staying. I was like, yeah, well, no, I gotta do my radio thing. So now I'm gonna balance both of those. I'm just gonna do Please Cancel Me. I'm gonna start at 4, and I'm gonna try to record it, and hopefully I will not be too bad. But since that, like, I'm not sure if that will or will not be my send-off show, and if it is, then I think that's kind of an interesting way to go out on. But we'll keep you updated on that. Let me get you guys send me some more music in, and I will before I go off to Pig Roast, I will put my computer here in the station, and I will have the music queued up, so I can literally just trundle on in and just be like, all right, da 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 da, let's go. Anyway, so what do we got going up next? Let's see. We've got some of Chris H's stuff that he wrote in. Got like a whole new playlist, a lot of things I don't know, but Beck, which I am familiar with, Beck. And then after that, I think we're going to keep rolling. I wanted to play some Laurie Anderson for Miles because I think she's like really funky experimental stuff. And then some more Mac DeMarco probably. And then I'm going to try to remember what I was doing with Blockhead last week. But all right, starting with Cody Chestnut, Smoke and Love. Let's see, what did we just get just now? Frankie's Gun by the Felice Brothers, preceded by Cody Chestnut's Smoke and Love. What do you think that song was about, Miles? Smoke and Love.
Oh,
It was about going down to the creek and having a good fish, having a good fishing with your friends, and
maybe picking carrots.
Yeah, it was about gardening.
Yeah,
primarily, and no drugs. Anyway, all right. Did we have something to talk about just now? Oh, gendered products.
Yeah,
which is funny. Like it'll be like X for men or like X for women as a product has been like, it's always a really funny thing to look at. Because what were you saying about there's like people have been like taking things that are like traditionally like, you know, they're perceived as being feminine, but then like once guys start getting into it, then they have to make it masculine.
Yeah, like you've got just even the most ridiculous stuff like brogurt.
Yeah, yogurt for bros.
Yeah.
It's brogurt.
Yeah, and
cool guy. Yeah.
Broga and brose, which is just, oh well, we can't drink rosé because that's got a girly sounding name, so brose.
Yeah, and that applied also to the rose gold colored iPhones that they came out with. That they're like, no, this is bros gold.
No, but we were talking about how like in the future, if it becomes more commonplace for dudes to start painting their nails, that we'll just have this ridiculously gendered nail polish. Like, it's just going to be like gunmetal gray and riptide rush. It's basically
ripped.
All of the names of it are just going to be Gatorade flavors.
Yeah, or like Mountain Dew or something. Just be like Tropical Blast nail polish, something like that.
Cool Ranch Doritos nail polish. It'll be one of those textured ones.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's so unnecessary. Like, dudes out there, you can eat yogurt. Like, you can do yoga or like drink rosé or something. Like, roses and pink are not like gonna turn into acid on your skin if you don't make it masculine enough. Like, you're allowed to drink rosé. It's fine. Don't forget about it.
And also, like, outright, roses are such a cop-out thing. Like, I don't know very many people who I don't know very many women who actually put a lot of stock into roses. Like, most people I know don't really like roses.
And you know, like, what was it, 30 years ago, or not 30, like a long time ago, pink was a masculine color.
Yeah, it absolutely
was. Because it was like red, it was like passion, it was like fiery and stuff. It was an intense color. And I'm not sure if my history is 100% on this, but like, you know, in the Holocaust.
Yes.
Hitler, they did the pink triangles for homosexuals in the Holocaust, and that somehow associated pink with gay men, which then associated pink with femininity, and then it became like the girls are pink and guys are blue, and I don't...
Yeah.
And so it's pretty goofy, but... Sorry, was it?
Yeah, actually, as far as the triangles thing, a couple of weeks ago, I was at a party in State College, and the dude hosting it was a decades party, and the dude hosting it, for whatever reason, was dressed up as a gay dude, because for whatever reason, that's a decade.
Yeah, that whole gay decade.
Yeah, he was just dressed up as like this stereotypical caricature of a gay dude, and he had a triangle drawn on his arm, and like, I talked to him about it, and he was like, "Oh no, it's just like a standard tattoo. Like, you know, gay people have tattoos. Like, okay, first off, everyone has tattoos, and second, you really didn't think about the fact that you've got a triangle on your arm and pretending to be like a gay dude.
Yeah,
like that's pretty extreme there." And he was just like, "Oh no, it's all in good fun. Like, is it?"
Wow. But all right. We've been talking about that a bit, but we are going to get back to Chris H's music with Sign of the Times, Allison Scott.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just kind of goofy and kind of ridiculous. But the one that stuck out to me the most was like earplugs, like those little foam earplugs you put in, where there's like sleep pretty in pink, women's earplugs, silky soft and comfortable. And then the counter to that was skull screws, earplugs for men. The tagline is literally screw 'em in your ears, and it's covered in like fire and metal and skulls and crap. It's ridiculous.
And like, there is one good gendered product like that I'm actually happy about, and that's bike seats. Because dudes' bike seats are awful. They're ridiculously, like, they're just uncomfortable. And then you've got women's bike seats, which are actually designed to be comfortable.
Yeah, and they're like wider and made out of foam, and they cushion your butt, which I want when I'm riding a bike.
Yeah.
But yes. All right, so gonna finish up Chris's playlist with the Black Cadillacs, Choke. And then we're gonna get some Carrie Bell on.
Did you get that?
Yeah, we got it.
Well, I hope you got that.
We got it. I wasn't gonna lose that one. Oh, that was beautiful.
I hope you got that. Thank you very much.
Miles, and we are just going to now do whatever the dang heck we are gonna do. We're just gonna start goofing around now. So, what were we talking about?
We were gonna talk about the King Killer movie.
Yes.
So the whole thing with that, like a couple of years ago, so King Killer, for anyone who's not familiar with it, is basically student loans and a little bit of magic.
Yeah, it's like if Lord of the Rings was about student loans.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, it's really solid. It's fantastically written. I can't praise it enough on the writing side. But the author for it, he's been working on it for like 20 years now.
Patrick Rothfuss.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He was talking to a company a while back, I forgot which one, about turning it into a movie. And like, he was super against it and basically just said that this giant, I think every book is like, the first one is a couple hundred, and I think the second one is over 1,000 pages.
They're big books.
Yeah, you can't really turn that into a 2-hour movie easily. So he was super not for it and very hesitant about it, and then the rights for it wore off. And then that year at Comic-Con, there was apparently this giant bidding war between production companies for who got to take it over. Like who got to pick up the licensing rights for it like that.
Yeah.
And Lionsgate picked it up for a movie deal.
Okay, Lionsgate's a cool studio.
Yeah, Lionsgate is really solid. Like, it's just big enough to have a bunch of funding and just small enough to have a bit of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I wanna look up what have they done recently.
I don't remember. I know that they did the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movies, like the newer ones.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, to be fair,
That's not like a big selling point on me.
I mean, to be fair, they adapted them well.
Yeah.
But
the highest grossing, all the stuff they did the Hunger Games, they did Twilight.
Okay, so they're
Divergent. So they do a lot of young adult novels in movie form.
Yeah, they adapt a lot of books, I guess. Which, I mean, there are pros and cons of the adaptations that you just listed, but no, but so he counteracted and he said, well, I don't really think a movie would be a great deal. What if we did like a movie and TV show like combo with that to just sort of like do a season of TV to like lead into the movie, and then season lead into the next movie, season lead into the next movie. Because that totally works. Like that's
so like jump back and forth between like having TV runs and like movies.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That works with the narrative structure of King Killer.
Yeah.
And so Lionsgate countered that with an additional offer of, hey, why don't we also do a video game? Because like we can totally fit that in and that works.
Yeah, sure, why not? And a radio serial and a breakfast cereal and more books.
Yeah, but
book adaptations of the movie of the book.
Yes, novelization of the movie.
Of the book.
Yeah. But no, yeah, now they're working on a TV series, a movie, and a couple of movies, I think, and a video game.
Yeah.
But like, how could a King Killer video game work? Like, the only company that I could really see putting out something that's like thematically similar would be Telltale.
Oh yeah, for like a narrative driven sort of like, not actually like running around shooting magic at people, but like about making decisions and like being put in like those tough places, which the character does get because he ends up like with weird student debt and like has to, I don't even remember what he does.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But like, yeah, it's just really strange to think about the fact that I don't know, it's kind of, with how the TV adaptation of A Song of Ice and Fire is gone, like, it just makes me really wary about all this. But, I mean, to be fair, the author is significantly more wary of this than I could ever be.
Yeah. So, like you got to assume that if he's if Patrick Rothfuss is going in on this, then he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like
because it is his baby. He's not gonna like let it get messed up.
Yeah, he outright said in his blog post about this whole thing. He said, "I know you love these books, but hear me when I say this: you cannot love these books more than I do."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would agree with that. That is definitely true.
Yeah, he's not gonna throw his own like thing under the bus like for some movie deal.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I think the big thing with the Game of Thrones show is just that, like, I feel like George R.R. Martin, whenever they redrafted his contract, just sort of got shafted on it.
Yeah.
And like that's one of the big things because he used to co-write a couple of episodes a season and like outright write 1 or 2 episodes, and he hasn't done that in a couple of seasons.
Yeah. He's been like out of it, like it's kind of like less his thing is more like A Song of Fire and Ice, and this is like more just Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's like sort of diverged and become their own separate things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, interesting to see these movies. Okay, I'm gonna throw to Laurie Anderson, which I want to do show Miles. This is Language is a Virus from Outer Space.
So Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
Paradise is exactly like where you are, right?
And then in parentheses, from outer space. And we were talking about, like, as soon as I said that, as soon as I start playing it, Miles is like, that is what Metal Gear Solid 5 is about.
Yeah, that's literally what it is about.
That's the bad guys. They're called Cypher, and they're weird, scary ghost robot soldiers, I guess.
Sure.
Sure, yeah. Those games don't make a lot of sense, but the conceit behind them, I guess, is that they're filled with this parasite.
Yeah, they're filled with this parasite, which, if memory serves, is from outer space, and it gave human beings language, and, like, the more you use language, the more they spread to other people, and the more they, like, grow inside you. So, like, there's one character whose name is very unsubtly Quiet.
Yeah.
Who just outright doesn't speak because she got infected, and she's just like, I'm not gonna speak.
I'm not gonna do it. If I don't speak, then the parasites will leave me alone. But like, if she listens to people, or if she reads, is that using language?
No.
Like, no.
Because it's all about spoken language because they like attach themselves to your vocal cords.
Oh, no kidding.
So they like shoot out spores every time you talk.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, well, theoretically, what's the point in that if everyone would already be infected by that by way of that we can speak?
So the whole thing with that was that you could code them to like a specific language, and Cypher coded them to like the major languages in the world and altered the strain so that it kills the host.
Uh-huh.
So the more you use a specific language around people, the more it spreads, and then you die.
Okay, so like initially the parasites were like kind of benign,
mostly,
I guess,
yeah.
And then Cypher, these bad guys come along and they're like, we changed the parasite virus so that the more you speak, it kills you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, man, that's weird. These games are so wacky, but it totally suits because like we were talking about, the Metal Gear Solid draws like a lot of maybe inspiration or references at least from like David Bowie.
Yeah.
Like the paramilitary organization you are in the Metal Gear Solid 5 is called the Diamond Dogs. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you go around and you pick up cassette tapes of like Bowie and other old like 80s synth jams and stuff.
Yeah.
So it totally suits, I guess, that a significant plot thing would actually be based off or inspired by like Laurie Anderson.
Yeah, and it's just kind of disappointing that that song isn't anywhere in the game.
Yeah, because that could be some crazy foreshadowing.
Yeah. Like, you pick up a cassette in the mansion where you find the dude who, like, designed the new virus.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like... It would just be really... It's kind of a disappointment that the cassette you pick up in there isn't that cassette.
Yeah.
I don't
Language
even remember what
is a
it
virus.
I don't even remember what that cassette is.
Yeah.
But...
So coming up, so you're listening to the Power 92.3 WKVR. Coming up next, we wanted to play a little tune sung by the actor Christopher Walken because they're making a new Jungle Book movie. If you recall the old Disney animated film about like Mowgli, the jungle boy raised by wolves, hanging out in the jungle with talking animals, and they sing some songs. Well, they're making a new one of that. It's going to be like live action with a bunch of CGI animals fighting, but like it looks really realistic and really dark.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. Like it's coming out next week, and
Oh, really? That's soon.
Idris Elba is voicing Shere Khan, so like that's an immediate plus.
Bill Murray is gonna be Baloo the bear.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley is Bagheera the panther.
Yeah. Who else? Gosh, I can't remember.
Scarlett Johansson is Ka,
the snake.
which.
Sure.
Okay.
Anyway, but Christopher Walken is going to be King Louie, the big orangutan who wants to be a human, or he wants to control fire so he can rule the jungle.
But like they changed him up in this, so he's this like ancestral form of orangutans called a Gigantopithecus.
Gigantopithecus, because it's a huge orangutan.
Yeah.
But like they don't exist.
He makes an effort to rhyme Gigantopithecus in this song.
Yeah, so good on him. But this is like this is the new version of the song I Want to Be Like You, where King Louie sings about wanting to be a human and having the power of fire, or as they call it, the red flower. So we're gonna listen to it because the movie looks really dark, but this song is still like goofy and upbeat.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in the credits.
Yeah, and he's not gonna actually like start singing the song in the movie, but that would be cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Anyway, this is the Power 92.3 WKVR. So I just learned from Miles here that Joe Pesci, the actor from My Cousin Vinny and Home Alone.
And Goodfellas.
And Goodfellas, yeah. Like, why are those my first two for Joe Pesci and not, like, the actual important Goodfellas that he was in? Turns out he left acting to go pursue his passion as a lounge singer. And I'm trying to find some songs that are not dirty, that are not too dirty to play on here. But I got this one that If It Doesn't Snow on Christmas. So we're going to have a late April Christmas song by Joe Pesci. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, we should have anticipated how it would go. But I swear to God, I'm sitting here, I looked up the lyrics. These are clean lyrics. And I thought like, oh, this is going to be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Joe Pesci. I'm gonna say
that was part of Joe Pesci. If It Doesn't Snow on Christmas. Yeah,
man. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to call it a day with Joe Pesci's music career. Anyway, you're listening to the Power 92.3 WKVR, and I'm going to Ninja Vanish Smoke Bomb with Mac DeMarco because that is my Saturday morning chill stuff. Starting with European Vegas. If my freaking computer would just like load these songs. Oh, there it is. Oh. No, shut up, Joe Pesci. He's still going, Joe Pesci. Get out of my radio, Joe Pesci. We don't want you here, you Home Alone man. He's a bad fella. There was another thing. The same artist that did the music videos for Mystery Skull's Ghost and Freaking Out Just Now, there was like they posted some video that was like the storyboards for a theoretical animated music video.
Magic.
Yeah. All right. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Well, that means I'm gonna play Magic by Mystery Skulls right now, featuring Nile Rodgers and someone else. It doesn't say. All it says is bra. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, that was Magic featuring Nile Rodgers and Nelly by Mystery Skulls featuring Nile Rodgers and Nelly, which is the way I should have said it. Hey, but this is the Power 92.3 WKVR. I'm J-Dox. I'm here with Miles, and this on Please Cancel Me. What were we talking about just a second ago? I don't remember.
I think the next thing we were going to talk about is... oh, that's right. We were going to talk about Steven Universe coming back in May.
Yes, it is. There's going to be another bomb of like 5 episodes of it.
Yeah, and then a break for who knows how many months. But that's going to be the start of season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, this new bomb now?
Yeah.
So what did they end on?
I don't know, man.
With the thing with Yellow Diamond.
Yeah.
Right.
At least as far as I'm aware, this is going to be the start of season 3. Which there have been 2 little bits of leaked footage for the next bomb.
Mm-hmm.
With Alexandrite and Malachite fighting, which like they switch back and forth between like all of the different weapons that their combinations have had.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah, and like
wait, combinations of the weapons of their components?
Yeah. So like at one point they use Sugalite's giant like whip fist thing, and they use the hammer for Sardonyx.
Oh, dude, I want them to bring Sardonyx back. She was the best.
See, I don't know. I wasn't too into Sardonyx.
Best girl, my waifu.
But there's also like a screenshot that's been circulating, which I have no idea if it's real or not, but of another fusion starting to happen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm feeling like it's probably going to be Garnet and Peridot.
Yeah, because that's been like a narrative arc for them, like with Emotions, where she's just like, I don't understand, like wanting to be fused or being fused. And I was like, well, I'll teach you about it. It's going to be kind of sexy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be cool. Anyway, but I'm excited for that because I just eat up any new material for that stuff. Like, because it's like just a good children's show with like low key serious lore and like interesting universe stuff going on.
I mean, it stops being low key pretty well into season 1. Like it becomes pretty high key.
Yeah, I just want like, because this shoe's got to drop, right? Where like they finally like pied Yellow Diamond in the face, so now she's going to be bringing like the serious armies to Earth, like to really mess things up, and it's going to enter it's going to like start getting into like gem war mode or something. And it's
I still love that the woman who voices Yellow Diamond was apparently Raggio's voice actress from Kill la Kill.
Which like very similar type thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. But
the bomb structure is just killing me though, because it's the same with Digimon Tri.
Yeah, where they upload like a bunch of episodes all at once, or like
or the bomb
is like
all at once, separated by months.
Yeah, where with the bomb it's like 5 episodes like over the course of 5 days.
Yeah.
And then nothing for months.
Yeah.
To keep you on edge, but it definitely gets the fan base riled up for it when it happens. So.
Absolutely, but like, I don't know. The production value is really good, but it comes very close to just sort of burning you out to have to wait that long.
Yeah.
Like I pretty much have to rewatch whenever the second bit of Digimon Tri was coming out. I rewatched the first bit just to like remember what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you go back and you refresh on it and like lead up to like, all right, where are we now with everything?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Is somebody talking about Steven Universe?
Yeah. It was, so it did actually get confirmation in that battle scene that Lapis's weapon is her wings.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And what kind of thing does Malachite have then? Because she's a fusion of.
It didn't show it in the footage. It just showed Malachite with Jasper's helmet and Lapis's wings.
Ah, like separately.
Yeah.
So who knows? But all right, well, when's that coming out? That's
May.
Mid-May.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably be off by then. So the listeners won't have to listen to me like going on about like, oh, did you see what happened in this one? And they did a thing and he made a face and it was cool and they sang a song.
And there were a bunch of watermelon Stevens.
Yeah.
Because that was also involved in the trailers.
Anthropomorphic watermelon, like brought to life. Anyway, so I wanted to play this for you, Miles, because this was at an episode of Rick and Morty. There was a character who was like a sentient cloud of like gas from another dimension or something, and they called it Fart because toilet humor. But it was voiced by Jermaine Clement, a comedian and musician from New Zealand who is in the like comedy group Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah. And
so he was the guest voice actor on this and playing the cloud that sang this song Goodbye Moon Men.
Actually, Jamie, what I'm thinking,
yeah.
Since we were looking at around 4:30, this would be a good song to exit on, especially since Space Things.
Yep. So we're going out on all right, we're going out on Goodbye Moon Men by Ryan Elder with lyrics performed by Jermaine Clement off of Rick and Morty. So thank you everybody for listening. This has been Please Cancel Me. If I never come back, if you never hear from me again, then I've been canceled. If you do hear from me next week at 4 p.m. instead of my usual 2 p.m., then I will definitely be in poor conduct. So I will see you. I will see you then next week, 4 o'clock. All right, later, buddy.
You are not like other carbon-based life forms. You put the value of all life above your own.
It's how things should be. It's how they could be.
I could not agree more. The world can be one together. Cosmos without hatred. Stars like